that goes back to some translation problems. Like, it's why Siegfrieden is not Siegfried. So we have to clarify. Siegfrieden is not Siegfried.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with Autos Battler in the UK and I'm admin of the Pellsbury's English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Yeah, so we kind of have had a mishap just now because we kind of want to have like a more dramatic introduction to the new format, but like as someone who has done YouTube for like 8 years now, I made a very fatal mistake, which is I forgot to unplug my microphone into my PC. Which for Ayumu it's not a problem because Discord can just pick whichever microphone that is available and it will be fine. But with OBS, they are a little bit more strict, which can be useful actually. And what they do is basically they fix it to one microphone, so when the microphone is not plugged in, it will not record anything. So yeah, the part where unfortunately there will be a loss moment where I actually made it sound like we are breaking up for good, our work relationship. My goodness. But yeah, anyway, since we wanted to kind of like focus more into like, not really focus more, but it's more like make the things more structured, since we do like talk about this issue a lot, but like not really, I mean, like we don't really set like when we are going to talk about it. So but if we are going to talk about TCG news, especially, I think it's going to be helpful if you can see something, especially if you are listening to this on YouTube. If you're listening this on Spotify, if you wanted to get that experience as well, you can check it out on our YouTube. But yeah, anyway, for the benefit of people listening to this on YouTube, for once we will test a new format where we will have a graphics on screen. So yeah, that will be handled by my assistant, Caitlin. This will be very scuffed since we do have some topics that we prepare, but not really in any particular order. So we're probably going to jump from image to image. I'm going to resize them as needed. And then, yeah, it's probably going to be pretty scuffed. It's going to be like a pre-recorded live stream. But nevertheless, I hope that that kind of adds to the charm for now. I'll probably be able to fix that in the near future. Probably not.
But so yeah, that's what you meant by preparing assets.
Yeah, that's what I meant by preparing assets. Yes. Because we need all the receipts to make sure that everything is clear to the viewer.
You didn't tell me you were doing that, but sure.
No, I told you, if you have anything that you want to show off to the viewers, just let me know. But yeah, anyway, since we are talking about any TCGs, some of the stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about is mostly about my ex kind of thing, which is Cardboard Vanguard. Because like when we are talking about Cardboard Vanguard, it is one of the game that is like arguably one of the youngest games, but like their method of pretty much like milking the same 3 units over and over again, just basically like the blue, like it was like Blaster Blade and Dragon Overlords are basically the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon of Vanguard, which I don't mind. I really like Dragon Overlord. Pretty much almost went back to the V format because of Dragon Overlord. I was tempted to make.
Overrated.
No, Dragon League Overlord is not overrated. Okay, but you know what? But like speaking of nostalgia, but you know, how else? they're, uh, how else they are bringing it back?
What?
This by getting them into Shadowverse Evolve, of course.
Right. Yes. Of course. Yes.
Yeah. So, to the sixth faction that is within the Shadowverse Evolve, they are going to add a Royal Paladin, Kagero, Oracle Think Tank, Shadow Paladin, Pale Moon, and Aqua Force for because why not? Although again, Aqua Force was turned green because like when they started the format, they also included Aqua Force instead of in Megallanica. They broke it up and they broke up Megallanica and made them join Zoo for some reason. And then now again they did the same thing, and then now Aqua Force is part of Forestcraft for some reason. I guess it kinda doesn't really make sense otherwise, because otherwise it will, the closest team that Aqua Force can go with is probably Swordcraft, and it's probably going to clash since they want Blaster Bay to be there. But yeah, how
Okay.
yeah, but like it is not, yeah, it's not like I'm going to play just because of this, but yeah, it's wow, it's it is definitely something that got to see my voice again, my lizard voice. Okay, I don't think you are particularly interested in this, are you?
No, not like. If you haven't heard this before, I'll say it
Hmm.
again.
Hmm.
Vanguard is probably one of my most disliked TCG.
Hmm.
So even like there are still some parts out there I like it.
Hmm.
I'm not going to spend my money on it. Fuck
Fair
that shit.
enough. Fair enough. I like space of being a prisoner of nostalgia, right? And like I've been playing Vanguard from the day it was born, literally SD01, SD02, and BT01, BT02, and it's pretty much yeah, I've been pretty much staying on the game due to Stockholm syndrome until the game was reset twice, and then I was like, yeah, maybe now that I am moving to Germany, it's probably a good time to distance myself a little bit from the game. But yeah, I mean, like, as you can see from Ayumu's reaction, the game is not really for everyone, but it is always, for me, it's always interesting to see how dedicated the fans are. That is like definitely something that is nice to see, given that Vanguard, yeah, given that if you see it from outside, like there are a lot of things that Bushiroad does to Vanguard that's like why. But like if you are still inside, kinda it is already your daily life. I mean, like every single TCG has their own weird decision. Battle Spirits has their weird decision, and yeah, so yeah, I don't know what else to say here, but yeah,
Have you played Shadowverse before?
I played Shadowverse briefly, but never survived like more than 2 sessions. Mostly I think I've already said this before, but like when I wanted to play Shadowverse, I always then compare it to my experience playing Master Duel. Cause like aside from the game system itself, uh, Master Duel and Master Duel as a multiplayer game, I think it's the experience is much better because you don't really have that much like fancy animation like you do with Shadowverse, but like uh the movement between the menus are much smoother, and then you find your opponents within like a reasonable amount of time. I think like with Shadowverse,
Hmm.
I spend most of my times like waiting for my matchup. But with Master Duel, it's pretty much okay. If I wanted to play now, then maybe within 10 seconds I will get an opponent. But with Shadowverse, sometimes I have to wait maybe 1 minute, and then like the animation is pretty long. So that's probably also why they are currently moving their client from Shadowverse to Shadowverse 2, basically. Which I think, yeah, I mean, like lots of my friends who play Shadowverse,
Shadowverse 2.
yeah, exactly. They are making like a
There's a
second client that is like totally separate from the first game. So they are going to revamp everything. You can even play mahjong inside Shadowverse now, apparently.
What?
Yes. They are adding mini games to Shadowverse 2, which includes fishing and mahjong.
What?
Yes.
I,
Uh,
I'm not gonna question that. If I'm gonna play mahjong, I'm gonna play on mahjong soul.
Mm-mm.
Jade on my soul, bitch.
Nah. Nice.
But yeah, I also tried Shadowverse before.
Mm-mm.
I got into the mobile game
Mm-mm.
because they were having collaboration with Love Life,
Ah,
and
of
then
course.
I realized you have
Mm-mm.
to pay for the Love Life avatars. So
Ah.
I was like, nah, fuck this game, man.
Yeah.
It's like
Ooh.
online card games are just not my thing.
Mm-mm.
Like back when I first moved to England,
Mm-mm.
that was the time when Hearthstone just started,
Mm-mm.
and I thought the mana system was pretty similar
Mm-mm.
to Battle Spirits
Mm-mm.
in that you gain 1 mana every turn, you also pay with the mana, you get them back next
Mm-mm.
turn. So it's like just not like that, and then so I thought that it's kind of similar. Maybe I can try to get into that.
Mm-mm.
Hearthstone, I think I play it for like what 1 month
Mm-mm.
with my friends,
Mm-mm.
and then I just dropped it.
Mm.
It's just it's the thing is like when you've experienced
Mm-mm.
any in real life card games,
Mm-mm.
especially those that are generally more complex
Mm-mm.
uh than usual, like you know Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle Spirits like are
Mm-mm.
you know probably some of the most difficult card games to learn,
Mm-mm.
and like but like so like once you get used to playing those card games,
Mm-mm.
it's very hard for you to get into other card games
Mm-mm.
just for the gameplay if the mechanics are too simple.
Mm-mm.
It's like it's something that I inferred quite a few times before, but like that's one reason why I couldn't get into Pokemon, despite Pokemon literally being the first card game that I collected because
Mm-mm.
because like Pokemon is everyone's childhood, and and
Not
then
mine, but yeah.
you fucking old man.
Yeah, if, but like that's a funny thing, right? Like if you go back to episode 1 of the podcast, which is unlisted on YouTube, but anyway, yeah,
It's
my
still
first game
unlisted.
is, yeah, it is unlisted. I will publicize it again later. Like
But why was it unlisted?
yeah, I guess it was supposed to be our bonus content, so I was like, maybe we should showcase more of our actual content. But yeah, anyway, uh,
Go, keep going. What?
yeah,
Okay,
anyway,
yeah. What is it?
yeah, in episode 1 we kind of talk like my first game is actually Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not probably, it's actually Yu-Gi-Oh. Although I am older than Ayumu, and Pokemon is supposed to be old. Is Pokemon older than Yu-Gi-Oh? Nah.
I don't know actually.
Probably not.
I think Yuki was older.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
mean,
probably why.
in terms of how did I drank more than half of Lucasade already? Oh my god, I was gonna save it for the next 3 days as well.
My
Um.
goodness.
Anyway, let's have a look.
Mm-mm.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, Pokemon TCG is released on October 20th, 1996.
Oh, it's
Yu-
earlier than Yu-Gi-Oh then.
Yu-Gi-Oh release date is
1999.
1999. Oh yeah. Then yeah, Pokemon is actually first, so that's interesting. But I think like there's also the problem with distribution, I think. Uh Pokemon although I think like arguably Pokemon is actually the one that kind of has like an official distribution in Indonesia first. But for some reason, like Yu-Gi-Oh is way more accessible. Also, even the I played like the bootleg version first, right? And even the bootleg version, for some reason, there are more bootleg Yu-Gi-Oh cards compared to like the bootleg Pokemon cards. And the fun thing is like the bootleg Yu-Gi-Oh cards, most of them are pretty close to the original, so it's actually kind of like can kind of like use it as a proxy if you want. Like the Pokemon ones, they kind of like because it's for children, right? So they just make the number even bigger. Like the HP is like 1800. So like yeah, you can't really use this if you kind of just want to get the feel of how Pokemon is run, right? I think like, and then the fun thing is I think I found like the Pokemon like bootleg starter deck once in like in Singapore, and it was pretty expensive. And then they don't even have enough energy cards, so it literally can't be used.
Oof.
Yeah, so that was a nice throwback.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
How do we even start this topic again?
Oh yeah, I think we were talking about the CCG, the computer card games, right? For some
Yes.
reason, and then
Yes, we did.
yeah,
It, no, because we were talking about Shadow first.
yeah.
It's so hard to backtrack everything.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, so I didn't start. Yeah, so I played with Shadow first for like not even 1 week. I think it was like
Mm-mm.
3 days or something. And it's like, nah, I
Mm-mm.
got bored of this shit.
Mm-mm.
Like, cause when I played Shadow first, it reminded me of exactly like Hearthstone,
Mm-mm.
and I didn't like Hearthstone.
Mm-mm.
So like the only, but like the most memorable moment in Hearthstone was that.
Mm-mm.
So back in the days, I'm not sure how much power crap we got at this point, but back in
Mm.
the days, one of the strongest magic there, well, spells,
Mm-mm.
um, was Fireball, which was
Mm-mm.
dealing 6 damage directly to the opposing avatar heroes.
Mm-mm.
I think they're called hero in,
Mm-mm.
yeah, in Hearthstone, and
Mm-mm.
then which is like massive damage considering each hero has like 30 life points, I
Mm-mm.
think. Yeah, it shouldn't be 20. 20 is too less. I think it's
Yeah.
30. Yeah, 30 life points. So like you're talking about dealing 1/5 of them, like 1/5 of their health
Mm-mm.
directly with just the use of a magic.
Mm-mm.
And then but like it was fairly high cost, I think. But I was playing this format where it's a Highlander deck,
Mm-mm.
but every card you draw is also random from the whole card database.
Oh my god.
So the funniest part is that I got this combo. Like somehow I got this combo where there's one dude who says when you use a spell,
Mm-mm.
it gives you a fireball magic. And then and you can see where this is going. And then this other guy says you can use any spell for free.
Okay.
And then I faced this guy with literally 90 health. So it was
Uh-uh.
like 30 health with 60 shields or something like that.
Oh my god.
And then I got this combo, so like fireball, 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 fireball.
I see.
And then he just died.
I see because because if you use a firebolt, if you use a magic, you get a firebolt, and firebolt itself is magic, so you get another magic. My goodness, how the fuck did they overlook that? Holy fuck.
I mean, no, I mean, because like normally it's a very expensive combo to do,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure they were in different classes as well. I actually
Mm-mm.
can't remember, but like,
Probably. Yeah.
yeah, they might be in different classes, but like that
Mm-mm.
format specifically was supposed to be Highlander with everything in your database.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so like that's why it kind of worked. Well, it
Mm-mm.
worked and it was fun, so
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna complain.
Exactly. I think like yeah, Hearthstone is much more lighthearted in team. So like if you really take like the more casual team, I think yeah, it's pretty fun. But I think the problem is the same. Finding the opponent is like really long. And
It was fine back then. I'm not sure about
uh,
now.
yeah, I don't know. When I was playing, it feels like taking forever to play. And then like I think with Shadowverse and I was like always like bringing like Master Duel on the top, but I think like Master Duel also benefits from having this competitors like Hearthstone and Shadowverse that kind of like already kind of like figures out like what is working for them, what is not working for them, and also although Master Duel is their first like actual like multiplayer game, but like they already have like the previous Yu-Gi-Oh game to reference from, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like the other thing is like the deck building experience. I think with Master Duel it feels much smoother. Even again, I'm playing in my Switch, so that is still abysmal. But like even compared to that, like I think like with Shadowverse and Hearthstone, they kind of like do it with the tiles, so sometimes it's kind of hard to see like what cards I already own and then like how to kind of like filter and
Oh,
see
sorry.
which cards are used, which card it's available to me, and then like yeah, it is. And then like Master Duel benefits from being able to observe this and kind of like make things better for them, I think. But yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and also that reminds me how one of us found out that our high school math teacher was in the Hearthstone Championship, whatever it was, because it was streamed on YouTube.
Oh, streaming.
and then after that, like there's so many students who were just asking him, "Oh, you play Hearthstone? You play Hearthstone? I want to play together. Oh, I saw you on YouTube." Stuff like that. And then I think he got so annoyed.
Oh.
I actually think he moved school
Mm-mm.
after I graduated, or was it the
Oh.
same year? I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a second there, I thought he moved school because people are asking him to play Hearthstone with him.
I mean, that might be the reason. Who knows? Yeah.
That will be pretty extreme though. Like imagine, like I can't stand these kids anymore. I want to play Hearthstone on my own pace. God damn it, kids.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, that can be a reason. But like,
Mm-mm.
Hearthstone in general, like, it was literally all about math.
Mm-mm.
Cause like it's about calculating how many mana you use and everything like that. So
Oh my god.
I can see why the math teacher was interested in that. And then the other online card game I tried was Notzan ACT,
Mm.
which is shut down already
Yep.
by Bandai.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, for those who didn't know, this is where Axe Spider came from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like for those who aren't that deep into the saga lore, lore as in the development lore,
Mm-mm.
not the stories.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of some of the cards, at least for the first three sets,
Mm-mm.
were actually from Sen's art, at least for the artwork, and Axe Spider was one of them. The other one was actually War Angel Shin.
Yes. Which is why I am still hoping for one day for my favorite Xenon art cards, the white cat, the white cat Caitlyn to be included in Saga as well. One day, man, one day.
Waifus. But yeah.
Xenon Caitlyn. Yeah, I'm going. While we have the occasion, I'm just going to show her on screen just because I wanted to. Oh my god! Why is everyone saving the like keeping the image in GFIF, or is it just a skill issue on my Chrome? Can I open
No,
the GFIF on?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm shit at this. You know what I'm bored about? WebP. Fuck that file.
Oh yeah, WebP is a best wall to work with. But anyway,
Yeah.
Catelyn the elegant dancer.
Yeah, and then it's the Senun song was pretty fun actually, but It was one of the occasions where I got Battle Spirits already. Why am I playing this?
Well, I mean, it's literally Battle Spirits.
Yeah, it's literally a dumbed down version of Battle Spirits. Like, it was pretty obvious that like they developed a Xenon Sword partly to test if Battle Spirits is like operational
Mm-mm.
on an online setting.
Mm-mm.
And then like 1 year after the Switch game came out.
Mm-mm.
Oh, who
Yeah.
didn't see that? I didn't see that
Oh.
coming. Oh, what a
Oh.
surprise.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Totally not seeing this coming.
mm, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the best part was that the Xenon Sauce literally got fucked by all the collaborations, including Battle Spirits.
Yay. Yeah,
But
the
I think the one that ruined it the most was actually Kamen Riders.
yeah, the Kamen
Well, that's what I
Riders
heard
track.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like they basically had the change mechanic that we have in Battle Spirits, but basically like you can attack and then change. So it's like, what the fuck? So it's like, and then like this not BS where you can like you can just play removal like really easily. So like change to do infinite attack is much more manageable to handle. So like in Xenon's are like, okay, so this guy changes into something that's like really big, so I can't kill it now. Fuck this. uh, but yeah, so it's too bad
Yeah.
that they don't do like a second Battle Spirits collaboration with it. I hope that one day they do like some kind of maybe like me during the like 5th or 10th anniversary of Xenon Sword, just to milk the dead cow, make like a BSC like like a BSC where they just print all the Xenon Sword cards as like BS cards.
That would be nice. Yes.
Yeah, I mean like I had like that big of a copium that one day I just asked one of our friends in our Discord server where he really likes to make like the original cards, and then I just asked him to make like the basic like the Battle Spirits version of the Xenon Zard cards, and I think we finish at one card and then it's done. So let's see if I can dig it up. Let's see if I can dig it up because like of course it was Space of Caitlyn. Because of course it's my favorite card, so why not? Think I am almost there. Yeah, I can dig it up. Open in browser. Save image. So now you are on screen. You should be looking at the Xenonzard version. This is the totally not official Xenonzard Battle Spirits version of it that me and my friend crafted. Yay!
Yeah, designing card games in general is
Mm-mm.
a pretty difficult job actually.
Mm-mm.
Like it's one thing as a player when you like complain this and that, but like the truth is that like especially within a limited time frame is
Mm-mm.
really hard for developers to see everything and not overlook like some of the worst cards to be released.
Mm-mm.
Um, have you tried making a card game before? Actually,
I did. Actually, I did.
also did. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. That's why if you remember, like if you are in the saga, if you are in like in the Pro Tour for Saga and you receive one of my 5 different business cards, you might notice one of them that has like the X on the on the card pack. That is actually
Mm.
based off the card game that I was like not really developed, but like I was talking about my Yu-Gi-Oh friend was like it was kind of like our pet project. Like, what if we do this? Like we had like all the illustrations and everything. It's just our illustrator at that time he was not confident with his coloring skills. So all we have to do is to color those arts, and then we'll have like a pretty decent DDG. I hope. The balancing is still way off. We don't really get to test that much. and
Mm.
it's back then none of us were like experienced making TCG or anything, so like we don't really have like an idea how to test it. I think it will be much easier if we have like now if you there are some companies that sells like cards that you can write stuff on it with the marker and then like easily kind of like like wipe it off. So with this kind of cards, maybe you can kind of like get like just briefly like write like what the card does, and then maybe this is too broken, and you can just wipe it off, and then you can just put like the balanced version. Let's try like the rebalanced version. So yeah, back then we just print it, and then now it's too expensive to kind of like make changes, because like if we wanted to change anything, then we'll have to print and then we even use like the art papers, so it's like, okay, so I have to go to like this specialized printer and then cut everything again. So yeah, that was the story of me trying to make a TCG during my high school days. And we even tried to see if we can make it into a digital game, but yeah, I can't even program anything at that time, so it's like, yeah, not happening.
Yeah, for me, it was more. Wow, now that I'm reading the chat again, just dug on my chat. So like I try to make this card game with like some of the adult Battle Spirits players. Around, well, almost 4 years ago, and in 2020, cause how did it started? I think it was Haru actually. Yes, he was saying he wanted to make a card game based on idols and waifus. Typical him.
Of course.
And then we started to get invested in the discussion, and then we first off tried to make a TCG based off his ideas. And then like I still have the channel archive on my server. And normal people can't read it now, only I can. But and then but like, yeah, but it fell off because Haru himself is just too busy with everything.
Yeah.
And then and then because like he wanted to make original idols as well, so that means someone has to draw everything. And obviously there's no one willing to do that, Haru himself included. One irony. And then so I took the idea. Oh no, Haru TCG was way longer ago. Wow. Wow. So like, his idea was started off in like 2018 actually. Or even earlier. Yeah, it should be about 2018. Yeah. And then somehow 2 years later, I think we probably kind of dug the topic up again. And then this so like, because one reason it dropped was because like no one wants to do the art. And like, so like, what's a card game without pictures? So I was saying, what if we make the card games with waifus, but using anime screenshots? So basically a White Swash rip off.
Yay.
I wasn't thinking about screenshots at first. I was thinking about using fan arts because those are a lot prettier than anime screenshots. Depending on which anime you're going for, obviously. And then so we started everything, and then we even made up the basic rules and everything like that. And then like, it's at the very least it's playable. Balance or not, that's another topic. But at least it's playable. And then so like, I started to look for the art and everything. And then I realized there's a very complicated law copyright thing behind the scenes. It's like it's a great area that I mentioned before. So basically, for a fictional character, obviously, its original creator has the rights to it. However, for fan art, technically, so let's say it this way: for the piece of art, the artist himself, no matter if he's the original creator or not, has the right to you can say the physical copy or the file, like depending on physical or digital art. It's like basically he has the right to the piece of the artwork. So that's why a lot of the times, original creators cannot use fan art for their own commercials because they would be violating the artist's rights. So for a piece of fan art, it basically has two copyrights overlapped. It has the copyright from the original creator for the character, and then it has the right from the artist for drawing it. Because by law, so like people may ask, then like why could that's a thing, and then like fan art, like artists can draw something themselves because you can't, like people can't stop you from drawing anything. So like it makes sense that this rule exists. But why can't people commission artists to draw other characters? And that's because technically by law you're paying the artist for their skills, not the character itself. That's why it's durable. but like either way, it means you cannot just so casually take someone's artwork. I mean, like obviously, like as in like the ethical problem aside, I mean, like in terms of law, you can't just take the artwork like that, even for a fan artwork. I mean, like in terms, if you're like using it for like your fan projects, casual things, you probably only get told off for not asking them before you use it, but you're not violating any law as long as you're not using money on it, like you're not putting money on it or like trying to use it to gain money. So but I'm a nice person, and then I was an artist myself, so I understand kind of like the feeling of just your artwork being used without permission. So so at first what I did is that before I take the artwork, I asked, like I DM the artist first to ask if I can use them. But then I realized that is too inefficient because you have to wait for them to reply, and then obviously some of them are gonna say no, and then even more problematic, most of them are Japanese. So and so with my limited knowledge on the language, it's very hard for me to actually communicate with them in an understandable way. So at the end, I look into other things, and that's when someone told me, or I can't remember if I look into it myself. Actually, no, yes, I look into it myself because obviously, I was looking into copyrights for anime or like just like artworks in general, and then one section popped up and said, TV and magazine screenshots are not copyrighted.
Okay.
So like this is the main reason why a lot of the card games, when they collaborate with anime, they use anime screenshots, because that means they only have to pay for the license. They don't have to pay for each artwork. Yeah.
My goodness.
Like, so like that's why Wise was a thing. Like, and like that's why it's so hard to like do collaborations with like idol groups. Like I say idol groups because I'm thinking about Hololive, but like just like VTubers in general, like like obviously they're not anime, but like they're like a group of people with how can I say this, with like 2D appearances. So along the line, you like this kind of artwork copyright will come into place, and like that's why like collaborating with HoloLive etc. can be really expensive because obviously there's no quote unquote anime screenshots for you to just use it without cost. I mean I think that's one reason why like a lot of the HoloLive cards in Wise is using HoloLive graffiti, Hologula, cause like probably those aren't copyrighted. But like it also means like if you wanna use the kind of like the still image of like the VTuber model, probably you might have to pay for the like the artist who designed the character, like basically, and then also the one who rendered the model.
I see.
Yeah. So I mean that's my speculations. I didn't really get into this too much, and also at that time when we were making this kind of stuff, like VTubers were barely a thing. Like that was the time when only Kizuna I was known,
Yeah.
So we started using anime screenshots, and like everything is like just went okay. So like we just let's make all these crazy cards and play, and and then at first we used Faso to test our cards because at that time Untap was still a little bit too limited in terms of usage, because back in the days you cannot just freely delete a card on the Untapped database, but right now you can. So like we use Faso, and then we had someone else to design the module for us, and then so like it was fun. It was fun. Like the only reason why we haven't continued now was only because no one had the time. Like everyone has life, and like it's this one thing that like it's like a problem because I can't see where I'm going with this. Like with everything I do, like even right now playing Saga and everything, like one thing I always consider is like what kind of skills can I learn from doing all these stuff? How can I extend from here? So as I said it before, playing Saga allows me to have a reason to start a YouTube channel, and then I can learn editing, like get used to stuff like this, and then like obviously traveling around the world means like I can interact with a lot more people, build up some connections, stuff like that. So like there are benefits to doing this, and then also because I have writing skills, well, at least minimum, okay? Give me the credit. I do have a degree, okay?
All right. I'm not adopting you on that. You are the one who proofreads all my scripts. There.
So I was also thinking when Saga is over, I can potentially write a book about it, because like how often do you actually see someone writing about their experiences being a competitive gamer? So like I think it can be an interesting topic to bring into. So that's one of my plans. Spoilers alert.
Oh, nice. Look forward to it, guys. It will be on Amazon. Probably 10 years from now. But anyway.
Hopefully, yes. But like this is the problem when we were designing the card games. Like when I was doing all those stuff, okay, yes, it was very fun. But where could I go from here? Like after I make all these card games, like after I make all these cards, it's like it's if anything, like it feels like a D&D campaign. It's like all these things are fun, and like you have to plan on it and invest on it and everything like that. But like at the end, like there's this question of like what can these experience be used for?
Mm-mm.
I mean, probably some viewers like or listeners right now will probably think that like not everything had to be useful, and like you're correct. But for me, like I would like to do something that would also impact my future,
Mm-mm.
and like this is not one of them.
Mm-mm.
Obviously I wasn't dipping on D&D. D&D is also very complicated to
Mm-mm.
get around with, especially when you're the dungeon master, because like you have to do some world building, you have to practically write the script,
Mm-mm.
and like it's not just like any script, because you know with a script it's all set, like this is how it goes, this will be how it continues. But with D&D you have to also plan out the possible outcome,
Mm-mm.
because it's supposedly random with a fucking dice.
Mm-mm.
So like I'm not like just like undermining like the D&D players or anything like that. I think it's a very amazing game.
Mm-mm.
I've never actually tried it before, but like I've looked into it, so I
Mm-mm.
can still kind of understand like kind of how hard it is to actually try to play the game. And so yeah, but like making card games again, I guess you can argue
Mm-mm.
that I can learn more editing skills from there, like Photoshop skills and things like that. But overall, it's not a lot of benefit from it.
Mm.
And then, like if maybe you can say like, oh, you can use as a portfolio when you want to actually get involved in developing a card game, you know, things like that.
Mm.
Which is like true, and I've seen someone actually succeed in that before. Uh, who was it? I think it's well, I'm not gonna say his name, but
Mm-mm.
yeah, it's kind of someone I don't personally know, but like we are friends on this on Facebook and stuff like that. But yeah, I think he did have some success in terms of designing card games, just because I mean partly because he has been maintaining his own card game
Mm-mm.
with a server with like a regular amount of people still playing it.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, and I don't know, maybe one day I'll get back into it, because I do want to continue it, but like it is going to be like kind of like a very time consuming side project with almost no benefits. And like there are way too many other side projects I want to do right now. So
Yeah, true.
it is very low on my list.
Yeah. I think I can see your point, because like I think there's a difference between I think because your end goal is more into like making fiction, right? So in the end it's just an ends to the means, right? I think it's also for me personally it's because like making games in general, making games, making videos and everything. Just like to make stuff. It's and then like yeah, I think like why I stopped mostly because with games you quickly realize how complicated it can be. So it's like that is why like especially since I was a game developer at one point. Well I mean like a really shitty one, but still like whenever whenever there are people who wants to start game development, the number one advice is always scale down. Don't be don't be too ambitious, because like if you wanted to make this if you can kind of wanted to make it your life project and you can keep on it, then that's fine. But like for most people, especially those who wanted to make like game development a living, if you don't scale down, because like making your first project is the most important, because then you kind of have the sense of accomplishment and you can have something that you can anchor yourself to. So it's always important to kind of like be realistic, especially since again like you just mentioned all the problems, right? Like sometimes maybe you don't have the art, you don't have the manpower to do some stuff, so then you have to kind of like be creative and then choose, okay, so now I'm working by myself, I don't have any art skills, don't have that much time, I don't have the funding, like how do I manage with only probably can only code, or maybe you can only write the stories, or maybe you can only draw. There's like a whole lot of tools out there that you can already use. So yeah, just go make stuff. Just go make something simple. Maybe if you can only do art, you can try to maybe like make just a simple point click of adventure. Just use the story that is like widely available. Maybe something from the public domain that can also work. If you can only write the story, then maybe you can just, again, adventure game is also good start. You can only code, then maybe you can start with like the hyper casual games where the art is minimum, but anyway you focus on the gameplay. So I think like when because I've been a game developer once, although only for one game, but yeah, I think I can kind of see like how, if you kind of wanted to see like what you can get from developing a game, I think it's always there is those kind of soft skills that you can develop while you develop any game, because like when you scale it down to only yourself, then yeah, maybe you can only learn certain skills that might not fit into your end goal creatively. But like if you then finish this one project and then you started to scale up, and then like you work with more people, then you learn how to talk with other people, you start to strengthen your project management skill, you start to strengthen your people management skill, and then you build your vision on this project, then you can probably move into some other creative field, like maybe direction, maybe if you are a storyteller and then now you have the experience working in this project where you work with artists, maybe then if you wanted to start a novel, then you already have the connection to the artist, and so on and so on. But anyway, the thing that I have been holding back, Ayumu, actually, since we are talking about copyright and stuff, number one, what we have, Ayumu, I think, has also said that most of the things that he said is speculation, so that is not legal advice. So if you wanted to start your own game and use assets from assets that's already existing in the internet, if you are not sure, if you have some kind of connection to people who knew legal, please consult with them. Number two, you could have just you could have just started your company in a country that doesn't respect the Japanese copyright law. That is why like shit like God Story existed. If you still remember that shit.
The what?
The God Story. It is not a card game. It is just
Okay.
yeah. It's just a collectible cards of random waifus. That's
Oh
probably
my God,
100% stolen
yeah.
artworks. My God. But there. But speaking of less non-legal stuff, you kind of unlock a core memory, because like one of the game that actually kind of like inspires the system of the game that I developed, like the TCG that I developed when I was in high school. It's actually this game called Pandaria Wars. It is a game that is promoted by that is published by an Indonesian game magazine. So like the fun part is the card that I showed you on Discord, that's the unit card, right? So this is they draw it themselves. So they have an artist that is working for the magazine, and then they draw the arts for them. So that is fine. That's completely fine. The part that is like less feels a little bit gray area is, you know, this magazines, they can use some game artworks under fair use, right? Because this is for journalism. Again, this is not legal advice. But yeah, anyway, that is how I perceive it, and again, it is an Indonesian magazine, so the copyright law might not be as strict in Indonesia, because unlike, let's say, you're probably in Hong Kong and in Japan and in the US, it will be much easier for these companies to kind of enforce the copyright on you. But outside of this spheres of influence, especially in in the country north of you, it will be much easier to kind of like circumvent this. But yeah, anyway, the point is Fandere works as you don't play with only unit cards. You also play with several other type of cards, namely magic, and there's like a structure cards basically. So like cards that represent structures, like basically they are like nexus, but they are mandatory to the game. So you have to have a structure to kind of like play the game. Otherwise, it also acts kind of like your shield. So if you don't have any structure, then your opponent can just hit you, and then your overarching HP that cannot be recovered will be gone. So yeah, those cards, most of them they use screenshot from games. Not screenshot even, like the promotional material of games. So like, so they put on the copyright, and then copyright came from like basically the publisher of the game. So I am pretty sure they can still use this in their magazine, yes, but like I'm not sure if they can put this on a game that they commercially sell. But anyway, I think
they can probably go under the radar with magazines, but like commercial, it was spread too wide.
Yeah,
like it's a digital content as well. Yeah.
Good. I think the good thing is one is like back then, I think the internet was not as prevalent, so maybe it went under the radar. Also, like this game, I don't think it went past Indonesia, unfortunately. So, but the game was pretty big. I think like at one time I also got back to the game. They have like an event in the mall, and then there was like lots of people, and then I never really before, because I was playing by myself, I never really understood how the victory condition works. And then I joined the tournament, and then I'm pretty sure I was able, from my experience playing Yu-Gi-Oh at that time, I'm pretty sure I got better hang of it now. And then this guy just destroy my structure. Okay, I gain 1 victory point. Destroy my structure, I gain 1 victory point. Destroy my structure, I gain 1 victory point. Okay, I already won. Wait, so yes, like I think like the one of the condition is if all of your structure is destroyed, then you get your opponent get 1 victory point. So didn't really get the memo that where that means if you have only one structure and it got destroyed, your opponent got 1 victory point regardless. So it's like, wow, I see. So I kind of like see like how some cards can be broken, but like then I don't really have much, since I am mostly playing Yu-Gi-Oh at that time. I don't really have any more funds to kind of like spend to upgrade the starter deck, so I don't really get into the game again afterwards, and then it died. So yeah, it was fun while it lasted. And speaking of the death, I can, now that we have a nice pivot to the game being dead, because like in Battle of Spirits, we will have the god of death himself, Hades, joining the game finally. That is a surprisingly nice point to kind of pivot back to our main game, because this is the one that we actually care about, pretty much. Yes. So yeah, so he will be dealing with the Infernal Lords. That is, yeah, I think like because like zombies already been taken by Dionysus, but like yeah, I think these two are probably such at birth. But personally, do you think is there any other family that suits Hades better than Infernal Lord?
No, not really. I think it kind of fits perfectly. Maybe evil deity, but yeah, evil deity might be one. But I think they want to keep it like a kind of like a generic purple family more than specific one. I think. Yeah, and I think also just because like most of the other families are being used already, so. It's so like if Hades has a choice, it's either Darkling, Evil Deity, or Infernal Lord. Actually, no, Nightling might be a choice as well, but it's just being supported recently. So like Infernal Lord is overdue. It needs to have a deck.
True. But I mean, it has it has the tech. I think some of the O's enemy is their infernal lords, right? Yeah. Anyway, some of the enemies of the Kamen Rider.
But like they don't work.
Yeah, exactly.
And like and it's like they were put with the Infernal Lord family of because of flavor, but they don't work together as the Infernal Lord family. It's like you're telling me Kamen Riders have a deck. Oh yes, they do. You can't use drive with build together. Like it's the same issue here. Like all the villains in Kamen Riders and also I think it's Kamen Riders mainly actually. Yeah, in Kamen Riders have the Infernal Lord family, but you can't put them together. That's the problem.
True. And
So like it's a good thing. Yeah.
And then Amamiya will be on our chat like, no, you guys are wrong.
I'm gonna prove you wrong and then just proceed to lose.
Yeah. No.
and then at the end it's gonna be like, oh my god, I was so lucky. I could have drew this and I could have won.
Why are you
I
using
can totally
Java?
imagine
But yeah,
this
anyway, not to roast him. I mean, like he has a different way to have fun. So yeah.
Yeah, let's just put it that way.
And then yeah, let's see the contract failed. Contract failed. So I think that's the part that kind of confused me because so it has to. So I think like it basically allows you to summon or deploy or use the manifest of your Hades.
So basically, your trash is your hand.
Yes.
End of topic.
Yep. Yeah, it's the only thing that made me kind of that got me a little bit confused is only because usually with this kind of wording they will use or instead of n. So it's like oh, but it's like it has the name Hades or it has to be a cost 5 or higher magic.
Well, we call it a sorcerer,
Yeah,
but yeah.
sorcerer is much better.
Yeah, well, they use "and" here because it's like the effects is supposed to include everything. Like I don't know how to explain this, but usually, well, in terms of Battlespit's language, big Bandai language, when you use the slash, it means that in one occasion you had to choose between those options between the slashes. Well, whereas when they use "and," it means like it includes all these options. And it works with the contract field because what it means is like because for first of all, the contract field doesn't limit you to one occasion. So it just literally just means okay. So generally, if you want to do something in your trash, these are all your options. So that's why it's "and." They're using the word "and," not "or" the slashes. Like that's what it's trying to say, really. But like I was pretty surprised. Like even some of the Japanese just didn't understand how this effect works. It's like, and I was like, didn't. I mean, I suppose technically it's different to number 3 rock hand, but it's like, isn't it just the same? What is so hard to understand? It's like it's a permanent effect that allows you to use the cards from the trash when you can. Like it doesn't give you the timing, but what it does is that it gives you the options when you have that timing.
Yeah, kind of get it now. I guess. I understand. I understand.
I understand. I understand not.
But yeah, but like the fun thing is I just remember like one of the old cards, the Pluto Sacred Beast invert Hades. Because like it has the name Hades and it has the family Infernal Lord.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be revived, isn't it? At this point.
Yeah, probably. To be fair, yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Probably will see the other sacred
Hardest.
beast as well. Hade. Is it Hade? Is inferred.
I mean, the Japanese calls it hardest, but
Yeah.
yeah. So okay. So
Mm-mm.
in English, it's
Mm-mm.
pronounced Hades,
Mm-mm.
but in Greek,
Mm-mm.
which is supposedly
Mm-mm.
the language is from, is to be pronounced as Hades.
I see.
Yeah.
I
So
don't see
like,
why. Yeah, I think in Indonesian it's also Hades. So yeah, don't. Yeah, I think for me it kind of made sense, regardless.
yeah. So like,
Mm-mm.
technically, this time the Japanese pronunciation is closer than to the original.
Mm-mm. True, except for God sex.
Uh,
But anyway,
got the sex.
Zex. Yeah.
Sex.
But that's when I was like learning German. Like that's one of the point that my teacher was like being really strict about, because just you need to remember that you need to say sex and not sex.
So like, there should be, a pause before the S sound. Yeah.
Yeah, sex.
Yeah, like a hard pause. Yeah.
Yeah, also because the word sex, you can just use it in German, so yeah. Then you are just literally pronouncing a totally different word at that point. So yeah.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I suppose when you're actually saying it quick, no one's gonna notice what you're actually trying to sound. I guess.
Exactly. And what else is interesting?
Yeah. So like, for those who haven't caught up yet, basically the Japanese magazine has revealed the next 3 contract groundwalkers for the next set, and then also was very spicy Hera art.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Yep. But anyway, yeah.
The
Oh,
other 2 contract groundwalkers are Athena and Ahau.
Yeah, I think I have the image for the Athena and the what is the how do you pronounce the yellow one again?
Kinich Ahau.
Kinik Ahal. Kinich Ahal. Yeah, I will try to avoid saying his name, because the more I try to pronounce it, the more it sounds a little bit disrespectful. But yeah.
I mean, to be fair, for Kinich Ahau, it's not like we actually have a correct pronunciation. Anyway, it's one of those things where like it's kind of lost within the language, if that makes sense.
True.
Yeah. So like a lot of like Mayan and Aztec gods, deities right now, like a lot of the pronunciation are just speculations, really. Same with Egyptians deities, really. Like even right now, I think like you go into YouTube and there will be research on how do you figure out the pronunciations of ancient Egyptians, since they were using pictographic language, aka the hieroglyphs. So like you can't make out the sounds from looking at them. And yes, by the way, there's also the same problem with Chinese, but like fortunately with Chinese, people have been preserving records very well, so like it's a little bit easier to track down, but it's still very hard to do so. Yeah.
True. I think that is also the same problem in Indonesia, because like especially since Indonesian is pretty heavily affected by the accent of where you come from. That is why like I always feel like my Indonesian is really neutral. And then like one day when I went to the Netherlands for the I think for the Grand Open, by chance I met like someone. I met someone from like the north, and then
yes,
I was like speaking
that restaurant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was speaking Indonesian like neutrally, and then she just sussed me out like, "Huh, you are from the south, aren't you?" Oh, Oh, I see. So it kind of shows. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the same with all the languages. Like if you try to, well, that this limits to British people, obviously. If you try to speak English to me, I can also most likely figure out whether you're from the north or the south as well. And like same with Cantonese, whether you're from mainland China and or somewhere in Malaysia or Singapore. You know, like when you get used to the language, you will realize there will be some differences, even with your next door neighbor.
I just realized something.
What?
No, because like I think like with Apollon, I think his name is on the contractor Apollon, right? Unless I remember
Sorry?
it wrongly. With the new Apollon.
Apollon, yeah.
Yeah, I think his name is only contractor Apollon, isn't it? Or does he has many? Yeah.
Yes.
That's like I just realized with the one in the booster pack. Like hey,
Actually, no. It's not. No, it's
oh.
no. He has the title.
Okay.
Then
Then it's consistent.
I think it's
Then it's consistent. Yeah, that's
the flame wheel contractor Apollon.
Because like I just realized like the Hades has that thing with the sorcery, right? So and then like he has the sorcery contractor in his name basically. And then Athena rightfully has still on her name, so we can pretty much use her with like the old cards as well. Oh, that is a nice.
Yeah, but like the funny part is that for Athena the furigana is pronounced as kotetsu instead of steel, which is supposedly the archetype of the card she actually uses. Like for her archetype, we translated as steel because they're literally pronounced as steel
Steel.
with the furigana. But I suppose that with like names, they just want to make it sound cooler.
Yeah.
So it's like so that it has to be Kotetsu no contractor Athena, and just like. And then like English is a steel contractor, yeah.
Yeah, steel contractor. That's the real shit. This totally the. Although Athena is a Greek goddess, this god is like very German because it's still contractor. But anyway, yeah, I think that is probably also why like with her effects, they just put in kotetsu as kanji instead of putting in the furigana, so they can kind of work with put kotetsu and steel basically.
Yeah, exactly. This is how part of the Bangatha language functions, which is like probably not something players would notice normally because, you know, like you gotta admit, probably most players playing this games actually can't read Japanese.
Probably, yeah. Which is why your work is getting more and more harder by every ticking seconds, because like one day just decided to change how they would use like the and or and all the disconnecting connecting words. Is like
Yeah, so like that goes back to some translation problems. Like it's why for example, Siegfrieden is not Siegfried.
Yeah. Oh.
Because Siegfried, I can't pronounce Siegfried in Japanese. Yeah, Siegfriedo. But like Siegfrieden is Siegfrieden.
Yeah.
So it's the N sound that's different in Japanese, even though it's spelled basically the same way in English. So we had to clarify. Siegfrieden is not a fucking Siegfried. and there was also this series of cards in Burning Soul where they, oh my god, they put full kanji for the spirits, and then they gave them basically what we call the killer names.
Okay.
So again, it's like Sengoku Siegfried is not Siegfried, and it's like, why? Because it's spelled differently.
My goodness.
The funniest part was like with those cards, I was the one asking why. because at that time I still couldn't read yet. And then I pissed off the wiki. I pissed off the wiki admin at that time so much.
But yeah, we are getting sidetracked now because of this still thing. Like, what do you do? Yeah, like I think Athena still stays true to like her original form. It's just so with the contract skill, you can play one axle that has lower cost than your counter without paying the cost, which I think is a nice addition. And then for her level 2 effect, I think it's a contract field. Yeah, it's a contract field. Yep. That once per turn, by retaining one still in your open zone, you can refresh up to from 1 to 3 of your still spirit, which means if you have 0 still on your field, you cannot use the you cannot use the contract field. Just another one thing about numbers in battle spirits.
It's that part is also very rarely seen in battle spirits. But yeah, because like the way it's worded is that, so because the effect is worded as by doing A to B. And for those who only play Saga, you can think of it as the effect cost. You may do A to do B, like that one. So because if it only says refresh up to 3 Android family spirits, you can basically return a card from your remove zone to hand without refreshing anything, because you can choose 0. So like, that's why they had to put like one squiggly hyphen 1, 2, 3 to tell you that no, you have to refresh something to recycle the card. Yes. So like that's how it works. Like my brain also loaded for like 10 seconds before I realized what's going on. Squiggly hyphen. That's how I call it. Some people also mentioned like how fucking ridiculous like the Athena deck would be now, because like you just have to go second, play Athena, use the contrast skill, use Lysander, open Athenaya, and just start swinging.
Wait. Lysander. How big is the cost for Lysander?
2.
What the fuck? It's a 2 minus 1. Reveal 2 cards from your deck top. You may pay 1 cost to summon 1 still. Oh my god, the meme is real. Holy fuck.
Yeah, so if you go second, you literally just have enough cost to do the level 2 effect for Athenaya as well.
Oh my god. The more that
after you use the unleash, you have more cost to do another Lysander. Let's fucking go.
So even if your opponent can somehow remove your first Athenaya, you can just summon another one.
Yeah, but obviously that's the luck factor. But
the fact that it is even possible is
you can do that. Yes.
My goodness. Yeah, it's always
it's so funny to me how like a lot of the white decks in Battle Spirits now is basically designed to high roll.
I guess offense is the best defense after all.
Yeah, like Artemis was definitely kind of a high roll deck. It wasn't until Bandai's. Actually, no, it was already. Machine Beast, like, because like before Artemis was a thing, we already had cards that goes like open top 3 cards, summon a Machine Beast, paying the cost. Let's go. And then they just release more later on. It was insane. But like Artemis was a little bit slower because most of these effects are burst effects. So but like it still works. Like you hit them one life, haha, I open modifier. Now I summon 3 more spirits. Fuck you.
Yeah. And then that modifier is when summon effects, so you can even summon it from the hand.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. And then you can chain summon modifier as well.
Yeah. The Artemis era was like the big machine piece. I really love it. It's like Not so much on the other side of the board that is like fucking horrible fighting against them. It's like, okay, so you hit them, it's fucking Mother Pyre again. And then okay, so you survive the Mother Pyre, you survive their onslaught, you because you draw your burst wall. Then okay, I survive for one turn. Go my turn. I deploy 3 spirits, attack, open. The burst bison, the advent bison. And then they just okay. So still return 3 to the bottom of the deck. Perfect. I see. So yeah. Being on the other side of the, and then they just go to, and then you lost 3 spirits. They go to their turn, and then they summon Griffin, attack, draw 1. I am pretty sure I am fighting against I am pretty sure I am fighting against a white deck. Why do they plus every time they do something? This is not right.
Yeah, and you gotta remember before Artemis, there was also the Armor Machine Gacha.
Oh yeah, of course. That is the deck that is still basically a tier 2 even now. So it's like, how? It's been how many years then? BS43? Because I think it started from BS43.
More than, it's like 2017, so it's like almost 7 years now.
Yeah, 7 years.
2018, well, almost 6 years then, yeah.
Yeah. My god.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. And then, yeah, now Athena also hiring some more hero. You also got Steel Demon God with Let's Just Stack the top as well. How nice it is.
Of course. Yeah, the kit is already complete. Like they can release 0 new cards for Athena and it will still be cracked with only the contractor. My god.
Like Groundwalker decks in general are just insane, and I think Bandai anticipated that, which is why they had to limit kind of the deck structure with Groundwalkers. And I mean, I gotta say, they're doing it really cleverly. Like, it's like all those little things that you add in that like actually make them different decks. Like for example, like moving on to the next contract, Groundwalker, which is like a completely new one with a new family as well. Which for now, I've decided with the wiki devs that we will name it to
What is it not?
No, not the family. I'm talking about the Groundwalker family, which is pronounced as Ululika. We were thinking that it's a twist of Ufu from Popolu Ufu, which is how do I explain this? It's called the Popofa.
Okay, go on.
Which was like how do I say this? It's a text recounting the mythology and history of the people in Guatemala. Basically the people living in Mexico and like those places, you know.
Yep.
So it's like the Bible for them, recalling the Genesis and everything like that. And then also plus Lika from Mesoamerica. So right now we translate is Faulika, for like the clan name. And then so like I was going to say, Kinich Ahau is like one of the very nice examples of how Bandai would separate different decks in the same family, even though like they are technically, they be in the same family, but like they can do similar stuff. But like Bandai managed to separate them with like little details, because like the Puppet Beast family wasn't exactly a big thing anyway. Like the biggest thing it had was the Kamen Rider X8 deck.
True.
Yeah, which already separated them because the X8 was purple white, and this time they're back to the original color, which is yellow. But like also the other thing is because like they decided for Kinish Aho, they would focus on Holy Life, which is well for the saga players basically
It's
blessed.
blessed.
Yeah, it's literally blessed. But like they're gonna give some upgraded form as well. Yeah, can you imagine blessed
Super
but even
blessed.
worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, super bad. We call it ultra blessed. But yeah, well, ultra holy life. But yeah,
Yep.
and so like that. I mean, that literally means like it's useless in an XA deck because they don't have any blessed effects, obviously,
Yeah.
being purple white. And then oh my god, it's fucking scary purple white get blessed.
But I think there are some braves that gives blessed, no? Probably. Yeah, I mean, like, but yeah, why would you go the extra mile? It's a white deck.
Well, I know in Saga they're gonna do that with Unit 1 in May. Purple yellow, fuck my life. But yeah, so yeah, that's another thing. But like the best part is like people would probably still manage to find way to abuse Kinish Aho.
In X8.
Yeah, in X8 because like the first thing they realize is, yeah, now we have a god symbol to start the game.
Yay.
It's like,
oh
yeah, shit.
oh shit. You're right.
and like the contrast skills actually works with the deck as well because like you keep bouncing and everything like that. So like it's not exactly the worst. Like you can actually use Kinish Ahau in X8. It's like, oh my fucking. And like depending on what spirits Kinish Ahau gets, you can probably mix it with X8 again as well. So that's
Yeah.
like, jeez.
Yes. And then like
And
since
on
X8
the
kind of
Go
needs
ahead.
the trash as well, you get the extra 3 core charge as well, so my god. Then if
Yeah,
it got destroyed, you can just do
true.
it again.
Oh my god, no, wait, I just realized. Oh my god, like literally one copy works because the contract field works with any puppet beast.
Yeah.
While your puppet beast family spirits attacking, the opponent can't end their test. Oh my
god.
fucking hell.
What the fuck is this shit?
Oh my god, it's gonna be so scary. And like imagine like they start putting burst spirits with blessed.
Oh.
And like now you can also put them in XA deck. Oh my god. On the other hand, you can also abuse X8 in Kinichi Ahau because obviously you have Zombie Gamer, which really you only need one copy in the deck, and that already fucks the opponents up. And then like the other one is a 50th Common Rider Gem, which is a burst. When your spirit is destroyed, you can open it and then just summon a cost 5 or less from your trash without paying the cost.
My god.
Yeah.
The more I listen to this, the more my brain expanded. And I like it to be. My god.
That's why I love the Japanese game so much. You just be able to find ways to abuse anything. And then what was I going to say?
Yeah, I was pretty
I
much
can't remember already.
Same.
Right, yes, I was going to talk about yes, I was going to go back to Apollon as well because it's like, oh my god, like, I understand it's part of the law, but I'm pretty sure they could have done something more than just being a generic Star Dragon support or Astro Dragon in the Japanese game. Because like do you know how people call Superstar now?
What?
They call it the wheelchair nuclear.
My god, that is a very fitting name. My god, so Himari from Blue Archive is a superstar.
Yeah, cause it the deck got crippled so hard, but it's still a fucking nuclear bomb. and and then like obviously yes, you can mix with Apollo because they all fucking Astro Dragons. Fuck my life. Like even before Apollo was fully released, I was telling the others like technically you don't even need the new cards anymore. Like, cause Astral Dragons, you for being a literal family since set one, you can imagine they have a lot of searches just within their own family. So you just start with Apollon, abuse all those searches, play the My God Seekers, get my out, and then you don't even need a lot of superstars because like most of the superstars are generic cards anyway. Play some Nova 10, play your Darkworm Nova 10, play your Cordelia, play 3 copies of Nova Jaw. I was about to say 4 copies, fuck Saga, and then like play maybe 2 copies of Spisser, and then now you have your top end. and it's like 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 just Nova 10 itself is already the top end for, and then you gotta remember Apollo right now also has his own finisher. Well, he has 2 finishers actually. Apollonia Fern, and then also Apollo Worm, obviously. Yeah, and then because you have Apollo Worm, that means you can also play Nova because they all worms.
Yay!
It was just like you literally Bandai literally just created a monster deck with at least 4 finishers that you can easily bring out.
And then you bring it to the tournament, and then your first set is 1 Apollon, and then 3 Nova 10. And then you got rushed to death. Yay!
No, you're not gonna get rushed to death. You can heal.
Well, I mean, the off chance that you don't draw the worm shooter. Yeah, the worm shooter is also bullshit.
No, you don't. No, you don't need fucking worm shooter. Okay. So you go first. Yeah.
Okay.
You put down Apollon, and then next turn somehow they rush you down 4 lives. So next turn you have 9 cores.
Oh yeah.
Summon a Nova 10, swing, Affen your second copy of Nova 10. Now you're back to 5 lives. You're not dead. You don't need Worm Shooter. Nova 10 can Affen onto himself.
Oh yeah, I forgot that guy is an 8 cost. This all getting even worse by the moment. Holy fuck.
You're not gonna lose even if you have 3 Nova 10 in hand. Fuck's sake.
And anyway,
I've seen some Saga players before asking like, why is Nova's life heal once per game? It's like, you don't want it to be unlimited. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we have been there, done that. My God.
Yeah, we've been there, done that, and then because Nova is literally Bandai's baby, they never limit it and never ban it.
Yeah, it's funny that it's as old as the other guy, and then it's it's as old as the Armed Machine Gacha. So it's been 6 years now, and then it's still one. I think we can still argue that it is like if we isolate the card effect, like it is still the strongest single card in Battle Spirits right now. My
literally,
God.
yeah. No, literally. Like, it's, yeah. I'm not even gonna argue.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, again, like if you isolate like what card is stronger than Thickworm Nova, it can destroy your Poison Spirit, it can do hand destruction, it returns all your cores, it heals you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it's simple.
Yeah, Lucy just does everything, and it's shiny. That's the best part. It's shiny. Yeah, Kila.
My God, my head hurts.
So yeah, and like that's also one reason. Like, even if I'm gonna get a new deck, it's not gonna be Apollon. I don't want to dig back all those Astro Dragon supports, man.
Yeah, no.
It's too much effort, and Nova Reviver is too expensive for my shits.
Yeah. That is like one of the wonders, like that is like the actual proof like how Thickworm Nova is like the strongest single card in Isolation and Battle Spirits, because like they have reprinted that guy to shit, and then it's still like unaffordable for like most players who wants him just for collection. So yeah,
It's like 30. It's like 30 euros for one copy.
yeah, it's not even funny. They have reprinted him like 5 times already. Although yeah, most of them are like secret only, so I guess. Yeah, I mean like they even included them in the next premium Bandai product. Don't think that will do
true.
any damage to them.
No, that's that might actually premium. I mean, at least for premium Bandai, you know exactly how much product you're getting because it's based on the pre-order. Whereas for the secret rare, it's like, oh my god, that pissed me off so much thinking about that. But but like it's not a set number. Someone actually got 2 Nova in one booster box.
Holy fuck!
So it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. Well, at least for me, I can proudly say I receive all versions of Nova in Saga at the very least, which is probably not an easy feat because obviously I'm including champion.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, if I want to get all Novas in a Japanese game, that's gonna be a lot of money.
Exactly.
And I'd rather get my Tricksters instead of Nova.
Same. I mean, like I'm still, yeah. I mean, like if I wanted to complete my final, still a long way, way long. My goodness. Yeah, I mean,
The
like
life of broke people.
yeah, I even don't have I don't even have like the Phoenix Maiden yet. Like for some reason, Amamiya just opened 3 boxes and then he opened almost everything except for the Phoenix Maiden.
Yeah.
And then I only have 2 of the female and Phoenix Feather, and then only 1 of the Phoenix Feather. Great. So this deck is barely usable, but yeah, we'll see.
I mean, you can always tune it. I actually built well, I don't even call it venue anymore. I just call it the fat chicken. Like
no, she's still doing her best. Don't do her dirty like that.
yeah, I built Pavati with the fat chicken, and I think it's working all right. As long as it's not facing any deck that's this just like nuke Groundwalkers, like it's the daily dinner or something like that. But unfortunately, those were the only decks I could test against because that's the decks that Enoch hack.
Yeah.
So he ordered the fat bird alongside with Petit Glow.
Oh.
So he put his Petit Glow into his Anubis deck, and I put my Petit Fenil into my Pafati deck, and then like my Pafati just got nuked by Petit Glow.
Fuck that kid.
or like he's gonna be like, sure, I'll switch decks. He switch to Blade Contract, Blade Draw. So it's like before I can even set up, I'm just dead.
Yep. Yep. My goodness. Yeah,
but then he switched to Nightling, and then I just like nuke him every turn with Recess Sphere. It was fun.
Yeah.
Like especially because like Petit Fenil basically gives you like kind of an absolute counter increase. So like by your turn 2, you're already at 4 counters. So you can start nuking Recess Sphere every turn.
Yeah. Oh,
Reset the sphere. Reset the sphere.
Oh, right, because because Durga returns 1 magic card. My god.
Yeah. So like, oh my god, I can imagine. You know how in Dragon Ball they kind of like because I've never watched Dragon Ball before. Well, condolence to the sensei, Akira
Yeah.
Toriyama, by the way. But reminds me of that scene in Dragon Ball. You know, when I think it was Goku trying to somehow gather energy from everyone
Oh,
around
yeah.
the world, and then like
Yeah.
there's this like huge light ball above his head. And I imagine that you're doing that every time with Sesphere.
Oh.
It's just like nuke the ground.
My God. Uh, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like the no, I'm still sad that everyone is calling Fennel the new Fennel fat chicken. And then I mean, like
But she is a fat chicken.
no. I don't know. I guess like I read because there's always a flavor text on the bottom, right? And then like yeah, I felt like I was really saddened because like her flavor text basically I believe I can still dance like I used to. And then it's like, fuck no, this girl's too precious. Fuck you all. But yeah. Anyway. that's also why I'm trying my hardest to kind of make this Frankenstein deck with all like bridging within the divine contract and cloud contract. I mean like it's like it is quite much working for now. It's kind of like the end game is still attack sanctified light. But at least you still set something up, and then it has more flavor than, let's say, just turn to Phoenix Princess Sanctified Light done. But then I realized something. The new Kamen Rider Magic the Mask Soul, it's a fucking yellow card.
Yeah.
Did not take that into account, and then like I played the Sanctified Light against Amamiya, and then he just played Muscle. Oh, it's yellow. God damn it. But yeah, the positive thing is his life went down to 1, so I just bring it back to my turn, summon Valero XP, and then retain my Phoenix Princess that he destroyed along with the base card, summon the base card, advent into Phoenix Princess, attack, deal 1, done.
Wait, now you reminds me of. Now you gave me an idea. Because Mask Soul can basically works by itself because it is a common. Oh no, it doesn't have the family. Never mind then.
Okay.
Also we need. But I suppose it's not hard to add some common cards into the deck. But basically, what you can do with Pafati now is that you just stack 2 common cards in the trash. Then now you can loop the muscle with Duga.
Oh.
You gotta remember, Pavati also has the life game Mirage. So yeah.
Oh. My God.
Let's fucking go. I'm gonna fucking do that later.
Yeah. I think you can bring like 50th plate because it's a generic draw too. You can bring.
Ooh, no, there will be a lot of generic yellow common cards. I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, you can actually do that. Oh, I can feel the power. And then you put down God in your field as well. It's like, yeah. Fuck you.
And then the white, and then you just space against Crow. Yeah, cannot be prevented by white effects.
Oh yeah, true, because they all technically white effect, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. God damn it.
I'll just play Overstar. Yeah. Oh no, it's a white effect.
It's a white effect. We just cannot win. God damn it.
Why? It's always red. Fucking red.
I know, right? The white hate and red is like real. God damn it. We are talking about the Bellsparrow color white, by the way,
Yeah,
not other white things.
Oh god. I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh jeez.
Nah, I guess like I
I
mean like
like
yeah.
I'm just scrolling through. Go ahead.
Because like
What is it?
I really like to joke when I say it, like my favorite color is yellow because you know let's not get too deep into that, but yeah. If you know, you know.
No. Oh, there are actually quite. Oh, second.
Mm-mm.
No, it
You
doesn't really
must
work.
researching.
I'm thinking about Kamen Rider Dio because
Mm-mm.
you can get your flash timing first if he attacks.
Mm-mm.
Um, but it's not gonna work well.
Mm-mm.
For Pavati.
Mm-mm.
So that has to be looking at the blade cards.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, let's see what we have here.
Yeah, and then like like
Optimus.
the
Yeah.
fun part, right? Like the other day I was like playing with my friend. Like he is using the double O contract deck. And I used Wizard first. And then I lost
Mm.
with Wizard. And then I played just for the sake of it. I played my plate, which is much less supported deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow I won just by the virtue of Karen being able to clean up his field every turn. Yeah, I think like I clean. So basically, I summon Karen on my first turn, and then like he summons something. Second turn, I can just use Karen to destroy it. And then after Karen is destroyed, just use the check form to continuously copy the shit out of Karen, and then yeah, and that not check. So I retain the Karen with check form, and then I use the other, like the cost for play to kind of copy Karen. So it's like, haha, you're felt, no one's felt.
Oh my god! Now I'm looking at Kamen Rider Jack.
Uh-huh.
That might be useful. Change 5 minus 3. During this turn, give an opposing spirit minus for 10,000 BP. If it's become BP 0, destroy it, and then use the summon effect as this change effect.
Oh yeah, my god. I forgot that shit
Yo,
existed. Yo. And then yeah, my other favorite is Wild Callus.
Go on.
Yeah, Wild Callus. I think it's one of my other favorite one
Wow.
because it's basically just negates everything, and then like if you have to summon it, then you can just heal too as well. So it's like, oh, it's a pretty nice
Wild
addition
colors?
to Wild Callus, yeah.
Oh wow! Oh right. Yes,
Mm-mm.
I'm thinking about that as well. But like this change effect isn't the most effective.
Mm-mm.
It might work since it's like the Athens era right now. But
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Oh well, of course you have
Mm-mm.
Omazeo, but
Mm.
Omazeo
Omagio. Actually,
destroying at cost.
yeah,
That might also work actually. Yeah,
yeah.
but like it's only the summon effect because like the level 2 effect is useless if I don't put anything else.
Mm-mm.
And then we got some Gaium,
Mm-mm. I guess you
which is
can.
most of them are pretty useless actually.
Huh. I guess you can also try out
Ooh,
was it? The extra was it?
was
Yeah,
what?
was
Oh
the
yeah, no, true. Yes, no,
mm,
you're right. You're right. Yes. Oh yeah,
yeah,
true. You can just snipe one every turn.
yeah.
Ooh. Oh
Ooh.
my god, there are lots of options. Ooh. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh my god. And then I found this Kamen Rider game
Mm-mm.
Jinba Lemon
Mm-mm.
arms.
Ah.
They have some fucking weird names.
Mm-mm.
Changes 4 minus 2. And during this battle, your attacking spirit is treated as 2 yellow symbols.
Mm-mm.
Haha. So
Ah.
it's a very cheap double heart.
Ooh. My goodness.
And then like what else do we have? Grand Walkers not useful. Actually. We got a really generic one.
Mm-mm.
Kamen Rider Gaiam.
Mm-mm.
Hachidoki arms.
Mm-mm.
Affluent condition cost 5 or more only.
Mm-mm.
And then when summon or when affluent,
Mm-mm.
give 2 opposing spirits and ultimates. Well, all ultimates.
Mm-mm.
Minus 15,000k.
Mm-mm.
15,000k, 15,000 BP, and then destroy them. You can destroy them when they
Mm-mm.
become BP0.
Mm-mm.
And then level 2 and 3 during your attack step. When your spirit attacks during this turn, give an opposing spirit or ultimate minus 10,000 BP,
Mm-mm.
and then return all the BP0 spirits or ultimates to the bottom.
Oh. Holy fuck. That is actually really nice.
This might actually good. Actually,
Yeah.
let me check do good effect again.
Mm-mm.
She's only fixed at 3 symbols when she's her. Like, it's not like during this battle. I thought I could combo it, but I mean it's still a neat defense actually.
Mm-mm. True.
And then like, obviously
Yo.
you got the double X rare, which is a
Oh yeah.
Kiwami
arms, yeah.
arms.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's very expensive, but might be doable.
Mm-mm.
It has to change. It has to change with Karma and Caustic some more though. They've learned. Benda has learned. God damn it. Yeah, because I have Recess Sphere already, so like it's not even gonna be that useful.
Mm-mm.
So I think Kachidoki arms might work in Pafati actually.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you got Ichigo arms as well.
Oh yeah.
Which is strawberry arms, which is the change effect which you just heal 1 from the trash.
Mm-mm.
And then level 2 is useful as well because it's an on attack draw from the bottom.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, and then
Wait, I wonder if
the next
this
one.
guy.
Well, which guy?
I thought this guy would be more generic, but like there's the Yomotsu Heguri arms, which is like one of the top ways to play Gaim. Because like this guy needs to advance on arms that has cost 3 or more, so it needs to be on the Gaim spirits.
Mm-hmm.
But like instead of sending your soul core to the trash, you can advance this card from the hand by sending one of your left to the void.
Then when Affin gain 2 cores.
Yes.
Does it do that on summon as well actually?
You mean the put 2 cores here. The gain cost is also when summoned.
Oh, that is considerable as well actually.
Yeah, especially since
needs cores. Yeah.
Yeah, his symbol is treated as yellow, and then like his symbol is also treated as yellow, and then like some of the hunter beast supports not really everything, but like I think with Strelitzia has a green reduction as well.
True. So
actually that guy can work.
Yeah, a lot of guys can work. Because they got Jinba Peach arms as well.
Yeah.
It's not very useful, but like might come in handy. 3 minus 2. You can open you refill the top 2 cards with your deck, and then you put them back to the top or bottom in any order you want. So you can stack basically. And then yeah, we got a lot of interesting choices.
My goodness. But yeah, I think like the camera Ryugen was like pretty much left an impression to me, because like although they are not for the longest time, I always thought like the actor who plays Ryugen kind of looks like my Korean boss.
Who? What?
So the actor who plays Kamada Ryugen in Gaim.
Okay.
Yeah, the actor kind of looks like my Korean boss. So it's like, it feels weird every time I tune into Gaim and then he shows up. It's like a younger version of my boss. Granted, my boss was like 32 at that time, so he's not that old. So it's like he's still young, but like, my god, it feels like seeing like a baby version of my boss.
I found this other one. So, Kamen Rider Sire, which is a generic burst.
yeah.
So burst condition, yeah, it's when opposite spirit or brave summon effect activates. So like you summon it, and then you copy one of the opposite spirit or brave effects, summon effects, and then activate it. And then if you summon Sire through burst, destroy that spirit or brave as well. You also imagine if opponent plays Shinji or Selecta and says, yeah, let's draw two together. Oh yeah, also destroy your things.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That
Yo,
would be
there
very
are lots of
delicious.
decent choices. There's a lot of decent choices. I need to test around it a bit. Oh my god, it's a lot of cards to buy though, because like you have so many options and I want to use them.
Yeah, I think
It's
you
like,
just print. Yeah, you just print them first, and then we can test. We
yeah,
forgot that we can just play with each other, don't we?
yeah, and then what was the Kamen Rider with the flame style? Was
Oh
it?
yeah, the
Was it
50th
Flame
also. Yeah, the
Dragon? No,
50th
no,
also
no.
is also nice.
Yeah, but like come on, load. Thank you. No, why am I clicking on Flame Style? I don't want Flame Style. I want Flame Dragon.
Oh, Flame Dragon.
Yeah,
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 Flame
cause
Dragon is definitely going to be nice.
cause it's 5-3 with yellow reductions, and
Yep.
it's literally just draw 2 cards. So that might be the easiest choice for the deck actually.
The only thing that can complete this card is if it has yellow magic.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
so good. That would be so good. But
Alright.
you can summon a Flame Dragon first, and then you can loop it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. You can just loop it with itself. Holy fuck.
Exactly, yeah. Oh my god, and obviously you also have 50th Kamen Rider Gem. So you can loop your Ghost Seeker as well.
Oh.
Yo, there are actually a lot. I'm getting a brain expansion moment right now.
I know, right? My goodness.
I like how this podcast just turned into us just like looking at Kamen Rider cards and
Ooh, and then like we are trying to use it. We are trying to use it for non-commercial purposes. Ooh.
Exactly. Ooh.
But yeah, I mean, like we were planning to kind of like talk just a little bit about TCG more than we used to, and then now we just open the floodgates and then like okay, so fuck.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Unfortunately, there's not enough food, so just to fulfill the quota, I made pasta today, and I think I'll need to go to Lidl tomorrow and buy more linguine because I thought like people were just joking like people were not being that serious when they said that linguine is better than spaghetti, and then I just tried using linguine and then now I stand corrected. Linguine is superior than spaghetti. Fuck spaghetti, man. I will walk all the way to Lidl just to buy linguine because like for some reason they are the only German supermarket in my area that sells linguine. Don't know why. But yeah, it has been great experience for us to for once that we actually let the floodgates out, talk about our favorite games from my ex Vanguard all the way to back to our main game Battle Spirits, and then I hope it has been a great experience for you guys as well. If you guys wanted us to talk more on certain topics, or if you have any questions, feel free to always send your message to us at our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you are listening to this on YouTube, feel free as well to comment below. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, as my brain has stopped working, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next thing. Bye bye.
Bye bye.